Hey, Scorpio, are you looking to manifest more money, more success in your money and career life in 2026? Well, I got you. We are going to dive in for your sign and get you messages and energies that you can use to manifest your money and career goals in 2026. Scorpio, welcome to the channel, or welcome back. So awesome to see you here. My name is Stella Wilde, and I will be leading you through this Oracle and Tarot card journey today for your 2026 money and career energies. Because truly, using the energies changes everything. Now, please do keep in mind that this is a general reading, and if you want me to look at your personal astrology in regards to your money and career, then you can always book a reading with me. The link is in the description to do so. All right, Scorpio, the first thing that we are going to do is pull from this Wealth Code Oracle deck and get a keyword and planet for your year ahead money, career, life energies. There's a mantra on this card and also keywords that could be helpful for you as you construct your own affirmations in the year ahead for your money and career life. All right, let us see, Scorpio, what do we have here for you? Let us see. We have the Communicator, Mercury. Beautiful. Words have power. And the keywords on this card for you, Scorpio: truthful, outspoken, flexible, clear, quick, relatable, friendly, intelligent, open-minded, intuitive, psychological, discriminating, informed, and articulate. And this woman, you can see all these butterflies that are coming out of her mouth. Her beautiful words are changing people's lives. So for those of you especially who are in the writing field, the communicative arts, the third house areas, the writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales, especially if you're in sales too, you have to be a good communicator. If you're a content creator, if you're on YouTube, if you're dealing with clients every day and meeting with them, you have to be a good communicator. So this is exciting. Mercury rules Gemini. Uranus, the planet of lightning flashes and innovation and quick wit, is moving into Gemini, at the end of April, back into Gemini. So that being your 8th house, you could have very innovative ways and means in which you are transforming your own communications. That 8th house of transformation, the way you are dealing with other people, your work, who pay you money, clients who pay you money. So there could be changes, spontaneous changes, or spontaneous flashes of insight and brilliance that you deliver that could be quite valuable and transformative to your work life and your money life. You could come up with some just very innovative ideas that could change your finances. The 11th house, Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, let's not forget. So that is your house of personal gains. It's also a house of networking and contacts. So again, through your words have power, through that energy, you can connect with more people. You could expand your networks, which could bring more opportunities. This is really get out there and schmooze, meet, greet, socialize, network, go to conferences, be everywhere. This is especially if you're interested also in writing in some way, writing a book, writing a blog, being a content creator, these types of things, really stepping into that energy big time in the year ahead. And the other thing I would say about this too is being very aware of the words that you are speaking to yourself, and maybe really dialing in with certain words that you feel are your power words and affirming those for yourself. For example, did you choose a word of the year? Sometimes when we sit down and like concentrate on trying to pick the word of the year, it doesn't come, right? I find it usually arises quite spontaneously when I am not thinking about it, and something will just pop in and I'll be like, oh, that's my word of the year. That's how my word of the year this year manifested for me. So it can also have something to do with that, like journaling, using the power of scripting to achieve your money and career goals in the year ahead, being very, very aware of how you're speaking to yourself, word choice, affirmations, all these things. All right, let's pull some cards. But your mind will be very activated with that Mercury. And you will have a lot to say. You will have a lot to communicate, Scorpio, in the year ahead. What are you going to be saying yes to? What are all these butterflies that are emerging from your soul? Let me know in the comments. All right, let's see what we need to know about this. And remember too, Mercury is about contracts. So maybe there's a contract that you're going to be saying yes to in some way. That's very 8th house also. Okay, that Gemini. Let's see what we have. The Star. And the Chariot. Okay, like really. So we have the Aquarius energy where your ruling planet is now, Pluto, in Aquarius. We have the Cancer energy, your 9th house of expansion and growth. 2 freaking gorgeous cards, major arcana of speed, the Chariot. And Mercury is speedy. Let's not forget. Mercury is the fastest moving planet. So then we have the Star, our Aquarian energy. That is your 4th house of foundation, building something solid. And of course, as I said, your ruling planet there, the star power of your words, how you communicate, your energy. So you could absolutely have something going on. I'm going to read this a couple different ways. Some of you, because this is your 4th house of home that is showing up here, Aquarius energy, there could be something going on with a contract. As I said before, 8th house can be agreements like with landlords, negotiating leases. It can be negotiating mortgages, these types of things. We have the movement of the Chariot, which these two together and this could perhaps indicate a move to a place that is much more aligned for you. If you haven't already seen my video about finding your place with astrology, I will leave a link to it in the description of the video. It might be useful if this is applying to you. So there could be you finding a place that's very healing for your growth and that where you do want to build a new foundation for yourself in your life. Fantastic energy that's showing up here. By the same token, Mercury contracts, there could be a contract that heals your foundation, heals your finances, heals your sense of feeling supported, right? That 4th house, that we're solid. That maybe it's manifesting in Cancer season with the Chariot showing up here. Mercury also rules transportation. There could be something here if you need a vehicle, whether new or used or whatever you decide to get. There can be something here as well of manifesting that for yourself. This is very, very favorable. But again, the Communicator, not just taking the first number they give you, but negotiating, communicating. You want this, this, and this, etc. All right. So the other thing, though, too, is this is a house of expansion and growth. Your 9th house, the Cancer. Jupiter is still there until June 30th. I'm going to pull some cards later on, Scorpio, for Jupiter going through that house. But again, this can be you through your word power. And with this Aquarius, the star energy, the unique way, the star power way that you communicate, the inspired way, the intuitive way that you communicate could open a lot of doors for you, could maybe open some sort of new pathway for you that really expands your life. And Mercury is travel. There could also be a travel that might be quite lovely and healing for you as well. Through some sort of, I feel like it's some sort of, it could be a writing retreat, it could be a conference that you go to, it could be, business and pleasure mixed, absolutely. But it's also, if it's for pleasure, it's because people love to spend time with you and talk with you and hang out with you. This is very gorgeous energy here. The Aquarian star card for me in this deck with this beautiful crown of stars here always reminds me of a North Node of destiny. And we do have the North Node moving into Aquarius later in the year. So I do feel like there's a sense of you finding solidity, finding solid ground that you can move quickly on. And it sounds contradictory, but like, think about the chariot. Like, the chariot will move fast on a road that is solid, that is well maintained, that has just been paved, right? That's this energy over here. So work with the metaphor here. That's what I feel like. There's something here of fresh inspiration, moving quickly because you are grounded. And you may very well likely be moving towards something brand new because you're grounded. Your mind is clear. You're communicating what you need to the right people at the right time. These types of things. And both of these are energies of visibility. So for those of you, yes, in the communicative arts, there could be some sort of honor and respect coming to you, new opportunities, and perhaps a new career path in terms of writing, speaking, teaching, networking, and sales. All right, Scorpio, let's see what else you need to know. We are going to pull 3 cards from the Oracle of the Sun and see what you need to know. These have astrological energies on them. We will clarify each one with the tarot. All right, Scorpio. The first one is, wow, Jupiter in Libra negotiation. So yeah, I do feel Mercury, your words, communicating. There might be a significant negotiation. It could be for work. It could be a contract, like a contract to sell a book or something like that, since we have the communication, a negotiation for a car, like I said before, negotiation for a lease. All right, let's see. And the Jupiter energy. So some sort of expansion and growth and opportunity. All right, let's see what we need to know about that for you. And of course, Libra, always fair and balanced. Now, Libra is your 12th house of the behind the scenes type thing. So it could be important in this negotiation to remember to not settle for less, that 12th house. And it could also indicate being very private, which you usually are anyway, about what you're trying to negotiate. And don't say anything until, the ink is dried on the contract. All right, let's see. But I like the Jupiter and Libra negotiation because it does indicate that, or it brings out a sense of equity and fairness for both parties with something perhaps legal. Again, the Libra and the Jupiter. We have the 6 of Cups. And again, the Star. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Patsy, if you're watching, I'm not sure if this is for you. It might be. There is someone who is a regular viewer who she wrote in the comments the other day, she's a Scorpio, wants to buy her childhood home. This is what we have here. Okay. I'm praying with my full heart that manifests for her. But that is indicated in these cards. We have childhood home, 6 of Cups. We have the Star, the 4th house, the Aquarius energy, home. And then we have the negotiation, the Jupiter and Libra. So Patsy, fingers crossed here for you. But for everyone else, this can be, again, 6 of Cups, beautiful. It could be a gift from the universe. It could be somebody doing you a solid, doing you a favor, because they like you, because they like the way you have treated them. You've been Libra about it. You've been fair. You've been nice. So in any negotiations that you are doing, you're communicating, keep in mind the Libra in the back of your mind, Scorpio. Okay. Because, sometimes Scorpio, if you have Mercury in Scorpio, I mean, sometimes Scorpio energy can be a little brusque sometimes. And Scorpios can be grumpy too sometimes because we're very moody. So if you keep in mind the Libra, nice. Anybody you're dealing with, the charm, and you can do it, Scorpio. Bring out your charm, and you could be leading yourself to some sort of beautiful situation that brings healing and stability to your life. As we were just talking about the Star card before. Look, double. And also because, we have the water and the Star card. We have the Six of Cups, the water coming up here. This really does bring a shift in your energy emotionally as well. With this Jupiter and Libra negotiation. Libra season might be important. Of course, Aquarius season, I think, might be important for you as well, since that's shown up twice now with this energy. So yeah, you could make some sort of great deal happen for yourself. Signed, sealed, delivered contract, something negotiated because you're a nice person. The way you talk to people and you respect people, the Star. All right, let's see what else we have. But the Star to me also has like a little bit of an energy of destiny. It really does. With a little d. The little d destiny. All right, let's see what else is going on. We have the Sun in Cancer, resourcefulness, and the number 4. And the Aquarian energy of your 4th house has been showing up twice. We have the crow here, or the raven on this card, and we know they're scavengers and they're very resourceful. They pick up all sorts of bright, shiny objects, and they always have something feathering their nest of cool things, right? So I don't want to say Cancer energy is hoarder energy, but they are very good with resources. Okay, so you being resourceful and getting what you need. And we have the Mercury as your main energy card, which is your 8th house of other people's resources. So I think, and again, that negotiation we just had, you could make good use of other people's resources, knowing how to access what you need to access to get the job done. And Mercury could be reading through contracts, selling things, buying things, working, doing paperwork, investigating. That's very Mercury, like finding things out, like grants and loans and resources, all those things. Okay. And with that Star card also, I mean, some of you could be getting some sort of, or investigating and finding and applying for grants for like being a writer, being an artist, for your business, maybe even. That's the resourcefulness. Page of Wands. And the 4 of Swords. Okay. As I said to one of the other signs whose reading I did, sometimes you just don't know how something is going to pan out until you actually put the action behind it and start trying. You start doing it. You see where it goes. And I think this is the case here with this resourcefulness. You may have a little bit of a 4 of Swords headache moment with this. Like you're praying, you're asking, I really would like the funds to go do XYZ or up-level my business or my life in some way. And you could be caught maybe in some sort of pessimism or just resignation. Well, it's not going to happen, something like that. I feel like with this 4 of Swords, there's like this sense of just giving up or, oh, they would never give me the grant or like something like that. You know what? You're never going to know. You're not going to get the grant if you don't apply, right? You're not going to find out if you don't try. And that's what I feel is going on here. This is the mental noise, the 4 of Swords, of just resignation, giving up. And this little Page of Wands, this little spark is here like, oh, but Scorpio, don't give up yet. Try this. Give it another go. See what else is out there. Let's apply for this anyway. That's what I feel. Why not you? They're going to give the money. Like if we're talking about a grant, you're going to give the money to somebody or a scholarship or whatever we're talking about here, right? Why not you? You have just as much possibility of getting it as somebody else, but you won't if you don't try. That's my point. I mean, it's the page here, so you don't have to invest a lot of your time and energy into it, but enough to get a sense of, yeah, maybe I should follow through with this. You know, where there's a will, there's a way. And also this sense of little d destiny with the 2 star cards here. If something is meant to be, it is meant to be in a sense, but it also does require usually your participation. Page Wands, you at least kind of show up and communicate the Mercury energy, what we have in this reading, and say, hey, let me throw my hat in the ring. Yeah, I want this. Let's see. All right, let's see what else we have going on, Scorpio. And we have Optimism, Moon in Sagittarius. Yes, love it. So we go from the 4 of Swords, the vibe I was feeling of a little like, why bother, to the, opposite of the pessimism to the optimism. And this is your 2nd house of money, the Sagittarius energy. So going for it, that's the thing. All right, let's clarify that and see what we need to know. All right, let's see what we need to know about that optimism, Moon in Sagittarius. And the moon can relate to our home. And we've had, the Cancer energy. We've had your 4th house showing up twice with the Aquarius. So maybe this is related to something home, family, real estate, living situation oriented. It is possible here. It could also be a travel because Sagittarius, Moon and Sag associated with travel. We had the Chariot associated with travel. Mercury associated with travel. So that's also possible here, Scorpio. Moon in Sagittarius. Queen of Cups and the Wheel. More travel. more opportunities. The wheel turning. Travel. We have your energy, the Scorpio, the Queen of Cups. So Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius, we're clarifying the moon in Sagittarius. So I would say here with this wheel showing up that this probably would be before June 30th because we're getting the water showing up. So Jupiter in Cancer, in other words. And we are going to pull some cards on Jupiter in Cancer in a moment and Jupiter in Leo. So, wow. So this says there can be a whole new cycle. The wheel is also tied in with car. We had Mercury. Some of you really, there's something going on about a vehicle and waiting for the right timing and the cycle for a vehicle. Now, Mercury will be retrograde starting February 26th until like March 20th, 21st. Please consult the calendar. I think I got those dates right. Let's not be buying a car, whether new or used, during a Mercury retrograde. Just keep an eye on the calendar for that. But some of you could be in a whole new negotiation and feeling optimistic that you're going to get new wheels or new wheels to you. Also, the optimism of beginning a fresh emotional cycle when it comes to your self-worth and when it comes to your money, because you are communicating your value. You're communicating the Mercury, your worth. And you're showing up with such strong star energy, Chariot energy here also, right? The Cancer energy of I deserve this. I'm good at what I do. And maybe also through some sort of big sale or negotiation, you could be starting a new money cycle. Like maybe if you're in sales at work, like maybe you seal a big deal or something. Okay, so you see what's happening here. You're going to get more by staying in the optimism and optimistic flow of potential and possibility than being caught up in a 4 of Swords lying in your bed thinking, well, just, forget it. Never happens for me or whatever. No, snap out of it. Snap out of it because this energy is so freaking positive for you. I mean, how many major arcana cards have we had in this reading? Unbelievable. New cycles, growth, healing, star power, new pathways, new chapters beginning for you. Things to be excited about because you're also speaking up for yourself, that communicative energy. You're affirming what you want also. You're working with scripting, the law of attraction, all these things, Scorpio. All right, now let's pull a card from the Osho Zen Tarot for your Jupiter in Cancer until June 30th. I do think that there could be some sort of interesting surprise and new beginning for you with that wheel and that chariot that we had already. So let us see. Okay, so we have a 5 of Cups. We have a clinging to the past. So there may be coulda, woulda, shouldas. This, again, ties in with that 4 of Swords that we had. Why bother? It never didn't work out for me before. Why is it going to work out for me this time? Da-da-da-da-da-da. All right. Put it in the past. This is a whole new show in 2026. Let's see. What else do we need to know? Scorpio. Wow. We have your energy, the Pluto. Transformation. How many major arcanas? How many major arcanas can we have in one reading? So yeah, this death card absolutely ties in with the wheel card and the Queen of Cups. I really think there could be some beautiful transformation in your life that you are speaking up for, that you are claiming, that you are negotiating. It could have something to do with resources, as we've discussed, all the things. But remember, you're in charge of this. Your mindset, Mercury, the words you are speaking, how you're communicating, what you're claiming for yourself, all of this is tied in with this transformation. This is not something that's just happening out there. It's happening through your voice, Mercury, and your mind. New chapters beginning. Things will not be the same. Like this clinging to the past. Right? The past is done. And Scorpio, yeah, we do. Scorpio energy clings to the past. It's hard to, Scorpio has a hard time letting stuff go sometimes. But everything is a season, and it doesn't mean that new things can't come in that could be so much better. So I think there's a beautiful new chapter beginning here with this energy of the wheel and the death card. And with the chariot also involved here, I mean, things could manifest and change so fast in a blink of an eye, in a positive way. I mean, we have positive cards, the stars twice, etc. All these positive cards, as you have seen, like kind of get ready for the ride, I also feel. And ties in, again, Mercury, fast, quick. All right, then Jupiter goes into Leo, which is your 10th house of career and public visibility, which ties in also with our star, our chariot, all of that. Being visible, people acknowledging and respecting your way with words, your abilities, all the things. All right, let's see what we need to know. Jupiter can open doors, can bring possibilities. It's not a guarantee, of course. Wow, we have another major arcana. We have aloneness. We have the Hermit, Virgo energy showing up here. This is how I'm going to interpret this, because everything is a metaphor, and I am reading it in context with everything else that has come thus far in the reading. Some of you, yes, will be spending some time alone because you are working on a Mercury-related project. So especially some of my writers, communicative people out there, how does writing get done? You sit alone in a room. But this is also a wisdom card. It's the Hermit. So some of you are pouring your wisdom into some sort of book or course or content that you are creating that, yes, could result in some sort of, again, possible recognition for you. Remember, Jupiter stays in Leo for a whole 13 months. It's not just 6 months in 2026. So if that's the case, Jupiter and Leo could be really firing up your desire to be in the public and not be alone, get your words in the public in some way. But some of you also may be sitting alone in a room writing. Okay. And then publishing in 2027 as an example. Others of you, the feeling that I'm getting from this is that it's not the sense of being alone, but the sense of being set apart. We had the Aquarian energy twice, which is an energy of uniqueness. So, and the Chariot as well. Like, you don't have any competition. Like, you are at the top, in other words. Like, so, the saying, it's lonely at the top. But I don't mean it in a negative sense, but you get what I'm saying here. There's no one who can compare to you. because your words have such unique power. It's because it's your energy and essence. So I feel like there's something like that as well for you to recognize that it's, you don't have any competition, because we're talking about your 10th house here with this Jupiter. So this Jupiter could bring, with the Chariot energy that we had, the transformation, the wheel card, it could bring the I'm at the top. And remember, the Hermit's also on top of a mountain. So again, all of this is a metaphor for being at the top in some way. So it could bring an opportunity for you in that regard. And it's tied in again with your wisdom, because you know how to handle this situation. You know how to speak to people. You know what to do. Okay. As this card was saying before, you're intelligent, open-minded, intuitive, flexible, truthful, psychological. You have that discernment that the Hermit has through lots of experiences that you have gone through. So whichever way this applies to you, I think it's very, very positive. Scorpio, wow, very interesting energies that came out in this reading. I would love to hear from you in the comments. How are you going to make use of this energy in 2026? Your words truly do have a lot of power. What's your word for the year? What's your affirmation? Start there and see where the wheel leads you in the year ahead. Remember too, if you want me to take a personal look for you at your astrology, I can do that. Link is in the description. Thank you so much for being here. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.